Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to talk about why Bitcoin is going to hit $75,000 in the month of April, with the big news that's currently happening around it that's actually going to help push it there, and in fact, the big news that's actually been helping it the last couple of days. We're going to look at some history as to why that's going to happen in the month of April, as well as a projection of what the rest of the year could look like for Bitcoin. Hey everybody, my name is Randy, and welcome to the Late Night Grind. This is a YouTube channel that I've been covering stimulus check updates the past couple of months, and as of right now, I'm going to be jumping more into the crypto market, into the Bitcoin market, as it's been something that I've been following on the side, kind of in the background, actually for the last couple of years now. And so as for a new channel topic, I am going to continue with covering the stimulus, as it looks like this fourth stimulus package is going to be coming along in the next couple of months. But I'm also going to be jumping into the crypto space, talking about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency world, as it's been something that I've had an interest in for the past couple of years, and since it's really been ramping up the past couple of months, and with the US markets and investing markets are doing, the cryptocurrency world has been on fire. So if you're new to the channel and you want to follow along with me, go ahead, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the bell notification icon. That way YouTube will notify you when I release a new video. And of course, if you want to support a channel like this, the best thing to do is hit that thumbs up button. It really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. All right, guys, well, let's get into it. So if you're new to Bitcoin, you've probably more recently heard of the huge gains that it's been making since the beginning of the year. Now, there's a lot of different reasons for that, but the one thing that we're going to talk about on today's video is what it's going to do in the month of April, as well as possibly for the rest of the year. Part of the reason it's been having such a huge jump was because of what the markets are doing in the fiat currency world. The destabilization, all the money printing that's been going on with stimulus has been making searches skyrocket for Bitcoin in the last several months. Not only that, we have some huge institutional investors, some major billionaire investors that have been making waves as they make huge Bitcoin purchases, not just in Bitcoin, but in blockchain in general. And of course, that makes waves whenever they do that. Specifically Elon Musk. But in this video, we're going to be talking about what specifically happened just a couple of days ago that's going to push the price of Bitcoin up to $75,000 in the month of April. Now, that's quite a jump considering where it's at right now, which is about $58,000 at the time of this recording. It kind of been fluctuating between anywhere between 50 to 58,000 for the past several weeks. After a huge push from the end of December in 2020 up to where it is now. So what's going to push it up to 75,000 for the month of April? Well, one of the biggest factors is the news that just came out of PayPal, which what they did was put out a statement that basically said they're going to allow their users to not only buy and hold Bitcoin, but actually use Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to pay for things for basically any merchant that is using PayPal to accept payment for products and services. Now, this is really, really big for a number of reasons. So as it stands right now, they're going to be allowing their users to pay with Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. But it gets even a lot more interesting than that. See, PayPal, what they're going to be doing is they're not going to be paying their merchants with said cryptocurrency. So when you as a user buy something with a cryptocurrency through PayPal, you would think, okay, well, that merchant is now getting that cryptocurrency. Nope, that's not what they're doing at all. PayPal is then taking that currency, converting it, they're holding the cryptocurrency, converting it, and paying their merchant with the cash holdings that they have. Why are they doing this? They're doing it to acquire as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. Now, of course, they don't say that in their terms of service, but you can read between the lines. Doing something very similar to what Tesla just did. Elon Musk and Tesla just announced that you can buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. And if you look at their terms of service and what they're going to be doing with the Bitcoin, is it says they may or may not convert it to cash. Now, there's a long, convoluted explanation as to why, but basically you can kind of read between the lines and figure it out. They are going to go after as much Bitcoin as they can possibly get. So do they know something that we don't? Well, the answer is, yeah, they might. So before we can look at the actual number as to what Bitcoin's going to do in April, let's take a look at the last time that PayPal made an announcement about Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. It was actually back on October 21st, 2020. And if you look at that point, from that point up until now, Bitcoin has made a 360% increase. Now, was it directly the result of the PayPal announcement? No, not really. But there was a little blip on that chart for that specific day that showed when PayPal made that announcement, it basically took a stabilized price of Bitcoin and slowly helped it creep up as more and more institutional investors then jumped on. So with the announcement yesterday that PayPal can officially accept payments with cryptocurrencies, it's probably going to have a similar effect in this April. Not only that, since I've been looking into this, April is one of the biggest months for Bitcoin since its inception. I'm not exactly sure why that is. One of my conclusions is that April is typically the time when people start receiving their tax returns. And when they receive their tax returns or their tax refunds, my theory is that they're putting a portion of that money into some investments, into some speculative things like Bitcoin. I've seen it in many other businesses and in many other types of products that go through the roof in the spring. And I think it's one of these theories that right now, when people are getting their, not just their tax returns, but also stimulus checks, the month of April this year could be even bigger than before. But as we've seen in the last few months, some huge institutions have been making waves with their adaptation of accepting Bitcoin as payment or just investing in Bitcoin outright, like Michael Saylor from Microsystems, along with the announcement that Visa is going to be supporting cryptocurrency. Now, these have been happening fast and furious, and individually, these would have made huge news over the past couple of years, especially since when Bitcoin crashed in 2017. But now, starting in 2020, and especially moving into 2021, when you have just about every major hedge fund, venture capital firm, and huge company overall either making huge investments into Bitcoin, or at least telling people that they have future plans to do so, are also playing a factor in the growth of Bitcoin in April. And earlier today, Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports basically tweeted out that it was a mea culpa. At one point, he was not for Bitcoin, but now he loves Bitcoin, and basically said, I don't know if I can stomach the price it's at now. What's a good price to get in at? Well, if you listen to the experts in the cryptocurrency world, as well as cryptocurrency YouTubers, that price may not ever come down. It may not ever get below where it is right now. And looking at the Twitter responses to Dave, it looked like there were several pro-Bitcoiners that basically said, yeah, sorry, not going to give you that answer. Because the fact is, Bitcoin is on a massive bull run right now. The price will most likely go up to 70, 75,000 in the month of April. The speculation from now until the end of the year ranges all across the board. Now, I'm not necessarily a crypto expert, but it's something that I have kind of been studying in the background for the past couple of years, casually. And now that I'm really starting to pay attention to the experts in this space, when you see one after another predicting anywhere from 150,000 on the low end to 300,000 on the higher end, just for 2021 alone, you start to think that, okay, so something like 75 to 80,000 is potentially possible for the month of April. And so when I look at some technical analysis of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general, it's very, very bullish for the month of April. And so like I said, if you're new to this channel and you want to follow along and kind of learn right along with me, go ahead, click that subscribe button, tap the notification bell icon. And what I'm going to do is continually upload content relating to Bitcoin, blockchain, markets, NFTs, crypto news, crypto markets, following along and seeing what all the experts say and seeing if we can make sense out of all of this. Because all of us are in this for one thing, and that's to make some money. And there's been a lot of money made in the cryptocurrency world since its inception. So like I said, if that interests you, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Since I started this channel a couple of months ago, primarily I've been covering the stimulus packages that the governments have been putting out, and to a lesser degree, what effects that's actually been having on the market. So if you've been a regular subscriber of the Late Night Grind, this is the topic that cannot be ignored any longer. In my opinion, with what is happening to the US dollar, with what is happening with all the money printing going on, not just in the US, but globally, the cryptocurrency world, especially Bitcoin, was essentially created to be a hedge against these kinds of things, where governments, individuals, institutions can have so much manipulation and power over the value of currency, where something like blockchain, Bitcoin, and many of the coins in the cryptocurrency space are about decentralized finance, and have its own market. And while there is some manipulation of its value to some degree, whether a big institutional investor comes in or sells, right now this is a very burgeoning industry, and there are so many other factors and so many other facets of the cryptocurrency world and so many use cases that the blockchain is being adapted into that it just can't be ignored. So if you're a subscriber and you're not really interested in that, I apologize. I really appreciate you being along for the stimulus check updates and all the information that I gathered from that. And I'm hoping what we can do is take the information that we learned about how the government works and what those stimulus checks could do in affecting markets, in affecting inflation, taxes, and all of that. And of course, use that to see how it's affecting this other financial world, that being Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So like I said, 75,000 is my prediction for Bitcoin in the month of April. It could be end of April, but as I study these people who study the charts, and as I study the experts who study trends, and I start to put these these together, I formulate my predictions based on that. So we're gonna see how they do here in the month of April and continue to look out for more cryptocurrency and Bitcoin videos from this channel. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next video.